You are listening to 5 Minute Feng Shui, podcast episode 190, Patios for Missing Corners. Welcome to the 5 Minute Feng Shui podcast, where each week I talk about how to move energy and make money. You'll learn how to create a prosperous home and an abundant life using classical Chinese Feng Shui. I'm your host, Katie Weber, publisher of the Red Lotus Letter, Feng Shui Easing for Wealth. Each week, I'll cover Feng Shui topics that can help you improve your life, share inspiring stories, and always end with 3 easy-to-implement Feng Shui tips that you can put to work right away, and usually in about 5 minutes. Now let's get started on the 5 minutes that could change your life. Hello, my gorgeous Feng Shui friend. We are having a beautiful day with sunshine and blue skies, and it's been weeks since we have. Unfortunately, we've had a lot of rain here recently, and it's been kind of depressing and low energy kind of weather because it's just been so gray. But I'm not going to complain. We always love rain, always. And it's so beautiful and green outside my windows. I just love seeing the gorgeous green grass, which we wouldn't have without rain. So, every side has its downside and its light side, right? And right now I am focusing on the beautiful sunshine out my window. I hope you are looking at something pretty. Views are fantastic feng shui. It is a terrific way for bringing all that beautiful exterior chi into your home by being able to see something outside. When you are looking out the windows and see something lovely, it really makes a difference. One of the things that I did in my own garden is outside of our dining room window, I put a beautiful plaster pedestal and a gorgeous urn. I just love that sort of classic, elegant feel, and it just makes me feel wealthy. That's something we've been talking about in my Facebook group is what makes you feel wealthy, what looks wealthy in your home. And when you have something that you look at day after day, like maybe, an old door that's rusting, it doesn't make you feel wealthy because it doesn't look wealthy. And that's one of the things that you can really influence is by what you see, and it can influence you. When you see wealthy, you feel wealthy, and you bring that wealth chi to you. Well, today we're talking about patios, and this is an opportunity for you to create a space outside of your home where you can look out maybe through a window or any kind of maybe you've got sliding doors or French doors, something like that, and it's a beautiful way to be looking at your patio and to see it really looking beautiful with plants and plantings. It's a wonderful way to enhance the views out your window as well as your living space outside your doors. It makes an outdoor living space, and I love the idea of putting an outdoor living space on your home because it kind of unifies the indoor and outdoor, makes that sort of continuous flow of energy going in and out. But patios are a wonderful fix. That's right. If you have a missing corner, maybe you've got an L-shaped house, patios are a terrific way to kind of finish out that missing space. When it comes to a house shape, really the best shape is the square or rectangle. They're considered 2 of the most auspicious shapes in feng shui because they're very grounded, they're very secure. Rectangles now represent growth, and it's considered an auspicious shape because with that sort of upward rectangular shape, it represents a tree, and trees are known to grow. Now, a square represents that grounding element of earth, and it's considered to be the most beneficial shape for building houses. But few houses are perfectly even shape design. It's not very common to see a house that's square, a block. Most of the time we have different shapes. And one of the most common shapes and the most detrimental is the L shape. That's when a whole sector could be missing. There might be a whole part of your life that's missing too. It could be love, romance, health, success, income, or a spouse that's never home. If you've got the southwest corner of your home is missing because it's an L shape or just has a weird little notch out of the footprint of your house, and if that southwest corner is missing, romance could be missing, or you could be gone from your house a lot. If it's the northwest corner, maybe there's no man at home, or your husband's always working. Maybe there's something heaven energy or beneficial energy, like the helpful people in your life are not there. They're not showing up for you because, well, it's not showing up in your house. So what can you do if you have an L-shaped home and that large sector or two that are just missing? Well, this is where your patio comes in. Most houses have irregularities to their footprints that can create cut-off corners or that can eliminate whole sectors entirely. And when this happens, the sector that's missing is the sector most affected. So for example, the north sector is missing, then opportunities to move ahead in your career or business could be absent. Or you may be at the job a lot of the time and missing from the house because you're working overtime. It may be that you are passed over for opportunities or promotions or raises. Now, if this corner is your east corner, you may find that family relationships are strained or that you might have health or vitality problems in your life. So one way to handle those missing corners is to activate that missing corner in your living room. And you would use the same elements that are associated with that sector. So for instance, if it's a southwest corner that's missing from your home, then you can add additional earth objects or lamps if it's the southwest corner. And while you should definitely do that, another way to address a missing corner is to symbolically add it. And this can be most effectively done with a patio. The thing that's so wonderful is that patios are easy to install, and they're a quick way to sort of visually extend your house. Because you use the patio, being in this corner of the house will help activate the missing area. Years ago, a client of mine was told that they could put a missing corner in symbolically by outlining the missing southwest corner of their house with golf tees pushed into ground. And when I grimaced, he asked what the problem was, and I explained that adding pokey objects like a golf tee to this corner of the house, like the southwest, could cause abdominal pains, especially for the woman in the house, because the southwest rules the stomach and the woman. And the client had the most shocked look on his face. I can still remember how his face fell, because he said shortly after using this cure that had been recommended by a feng shui consultant, his wife had to have emergency gallbladder surgery. So don't go shoving golf tees to outline the corners of your house. Just not a good idea. You don't want pokey objects anywhere, right? No, you don't. What you want is to put something that's good and stable and solid. And I know it's tempting to use an inexpensive bag of golf tees. It's just not a good idea to use cures like this, because you want to have that sort of stable footing like a patio. And a patio is an earth object, and it doesn't involve anything that's sharp or pointy. So adding something like a flagstone or even crushed gravel, that kind of a patio creates an inviting space for your guests and for you, and helps finish off that missing corner that could be missing out on being activated by having people interacting in that space. So even if you put in a patio, or if your corner is missing and you put in a patio, having people there, like if you and your family go out and maybe you barbecue, or you sit out there in the evenings or drink your coffee, that then starts to activate that corner, and that can activate that corner in your life. So if that corner's been missing, let's say that this is maybe the wealth corner, then having some plants out there and having this symbolically finished off will help to maybe get you some more money. Now, let's talk about some of the ways that you can complete your patio. There's lots of ways to add a patio to a missing corner. So for instance, if your house has a missing sector at the rear of the house, this is so easy to correct. Now, if it's at the front, you have a couple of options. So for instance, if a house is missing a corner, you can add a patio, even if it is at the front. Front gardens are now becoming very popular. So thinking about having a patio at the front of your house, because that's a lot of times where the L is. So for instance, if you've got a house that has a door that's in the center sector and you've got an L shape, maybe because you turn into the driveway into a garage, well, you kind of have a patio effect there. And this is a plus. But if you don't, if it's just grass and you've got a walkway or something up to your door, you're going to want to have something there. It's so easy to add a patio and maybe a little seating area. You can use, like I said, crushed gravel, pavers, or even put in a deck. Something like adding a garden wall is another way to it's in fact a very excellent way to delineate the space and complete your home's square shape and add that missing corner's energy. This is a really good option, especially if you want a private front garden or a private patio area at the front. Now let's talk about the patio to complete missing sectors. So if you have a north corner that's missing, when this corner is missing, we talked about opportunities to move ahead and your job or business might be missing too. You can find that maybe income comes to a standstill or could even go backwards. So adding a patio here can help anchor the corner and bring growth and stability to your career and business and your income. Another thing that you can add is a water feature here to tap the water element of the north corner. You could also add a fountain or a small fish pond or even a waterfall would be perfect to add income and business and career opportunities that are missing. Now, if you have a northeast or southwest patio, these are earth sectors. And when those sectors are missing, they will affect your decision making, your education, your thinking. It can also point to problems for the woman of the home or problems with relationships or your marriage or the lack of marriage prospects. So adding a earth element patio like brick pavers is a perfect way to anchor this section. You can also add lighting here to stimulate that missing northeast or southwest chi energy. A rock zen garden or a lantern structure is also perfect here. I love to see a fire pit added to kind of stimulate that earth energy. You can add a barbecue here. You can also add beautiful lighting. And this is something that is a great addition no matter what sector you want to put your patio in. Lighting is always great energy. But if you have a northeast or southwest patio or a missing sector and you want to put a patio there, think too about adding some boulders. That's another terrific way to anchor that earth energy. And if you can, put some lights to shine up on them because that is really auspicious energy. It symbolizes light coming up from the ground, and that's very auspicious. Now let's talk about if you have a wood corner that's missing. This could be your east or southeast corner. If that corner is missing, then add a patio there, and finishing off this corner will benefit the health and relationships of the house, which is the east, and help with missing assets, the southeast. It can help you build your savings or stock accounts. It can also help you build your vitality and your strength and your good health. A wood deck is another way to add the energy of the missing sector and tap into that missing wood element. You can add in some plantings here to add in additional wood energy, and a fountain or a water feature is perfect in this edition, and it feeds that wood chi of the health as well as the wealth. Really think about a water feature in the east. If you've got a southeast or east patio that needs some energy, or that corner that's missing, if you can add a patio there and add a water feature, that's a huge bonus. A really nice way to boost your income and your health. Now let's talk about the south sector. If it's missing and you put in a patio here, you are stimulating that south sector that relates to success, material wealth that's related to success, like a nice car, clothing, fun vacations. It also will help boost your family name, your social status, as well as friendships and recognition energy. When there's a missing south sector, it could be recognition eludes you, or maybe social opportunities are hard to find. When you add a patio area to the missing south corner, it will help you to do more to achieve more recognition. And you may be, kind of waving your hands at work or trying to get noticed. And adding that patio there can really be a big help. But what we want to do is try to emphasize the wood element because wood feeds fire. And that's what we're talking about is really bumping up that fire energy. So adding wood decking or wood coloring here, if you have a patio and you want to paint it, stain it, wood is the element that feeds the fire element of the south. So bring in plenty of plantings and lighting. That's also really terrific for your fire element addition. You also may want to add a barbecue or a fire pit or a fireplace in this missing corner. Those are all great ways to really anchor a missing south corner with the elements that are going to be harmonious and also be productive as well. Now let's talk about when you're missing a west or northwest corner. The west and northwest corner are related to children and creativity or personal projects. This is the west. The northwest is related to helpful people, mentors, travel, and the man of the house. When the northwest sector is missing, there could be problems with getting others to give you that helpful assistance in your career or business. There might be problems with the man never being at home or missing a man from your life. Adding a patio in this sector will help attract a man, keep your man at home, and help you with networking at work and rub shoulders with influential people. It's so important that we have the help of others. So having this patio completed will make a huge difference for you. Now, although this is a metal corner, it's the earth element that are missing from producing that metal element. So this is why having a beautiful paver, concrete, any kind of earth element in this west or northwest missing corner is going to be an excellent combination. And these crushed gravel patios, they're super easy to put down. You can have a new patio in a weekend, even if you use pavers or brick or flagstone. These earth elements will help enhance the metal chi of both the west and northwest corner. And it's a great location too for a Zen garden, for metal sculpture, those type of moving sculptures that you often see, or even those beautiful large cathedral type wind chimes. That's a really wonderful sound and it stimulates that metal energy. So there you go. Some really quick and easy ways to add a patio to your house if you've got a missing corner. This is a beautiful addition. I think it adds a nice outdoor living space, plus it anchors that missing corner. And depending on the corner that's missing, it could be something that's missing in your life. Now, I do want to give you a couple of really quick tips. And that is, and I'm going to give you one secret. Remember that when you have an L-shaped home or you have a missing corner, a patio is one of the best ways that you can make that missing corner kind of symbolically be connected to your house. Tip number 2, always use earth elements if you can. If you can't, that's fine. And if it's in the east where a wood deck would be fine, you can do that. The thing I do like about earth elements is it's more solid and it also is very stable and grounded. And, wood sometimes can break down, but wood decks are terrific in the east, the southeast, and the south. Tip number 3, this is a secret tip. One of the things you might want to do and add to your missing corner is at the absolute corner that is missing at that point where if you were to imaginary walls came out to meet to finish off your house, if you could install some type of lamp post there, that light coming up from the ground, that lamp post, any type of lighting. You could even do like a short little wall with a lighting fixture on top of it to symbolically finish that out. A lamppost in addition to the patio is the 2 best ways to finish off and symbolically close off that corner that's missing. So there you go, a patio, and right now, I know in the Southern Hemisphere, you're going to be coming into springtime. We're going to be going into the fall here in the Northern Hemisphere, and it makes a perfect time to add a patio to your home. Have a great week. I'll talk to you on the next episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui. If you did, please be sure to share this episode with your friends on social media, and let's change the world one home at a time. For more Feng Shui information and inspiration, sign up for my free weekly Feng Shui Easy. Just drop by redlotusletter.com to sign up, and I'll be in your inbox every Wednesday. And if you like this episode, I'd love it if you left a review on iTunes. If you do, send me the screenshot of your review to katie@redlotusletter.com with iTunes review in the subject line, and I'll send you a free gift as my thank you. I'll see you next week on the next episode of 5 Minute Feng Shui.